What up, everybody? Today's just gonna be a quick update about where I am and all that stuff. Recently got back from Mexico. Uh, Went to Michoacan and Guadalajara. I had a great time. It was very relaxing and it was a break I really needed for mental health reasons, all that stuff. Uh, quick note on where I am right now. Uh, on the title, I still have it down to four. I want to get it eventually down to two by the end of the month because I want just check something off the checklist. Because then if I put it at two, I could like make a little poll on TikTok or whatever, and that'll just help me decide what the title I actually want the book to become. And with that, then I get the cover because I want the cover to match the title because the titles or something kind of gives like a little tidbit to like when you're reading the book, you're like, oh, that's why it's called that, and I want the cover to be the exact same thing and stuff like that. Speaking about polls, I did one on TikTok because wasn't sure which way I wanted to go Dragon because there's multiple ways to spell it and all that stuff. So the poll didn't help at all. It split the votes 50-50, so that was great. Uh, Not sure where I want to go because Dragon with one end to me looks visually more pleasing. So I might end up going with that. I don't know. But Dragon with two ends feels how it should be spelled, if that makes any sense. So there's that. Uh, right now, where I am on the writing process, still waiting for feedback and all that. But while I wait for feedback, there's like little bits of editing I like to do where the plot doesn't really change or anything, and that's where this comes in handy. If you see my TikToks, I do a little TikTok about this. This is like my character sheet. It's this little blank pages that I staple together, and each page is a specific character where I write a little section about character name, then a little character description, followed by their physical appearance, uh, character traits, like if like what they're good at, stuff like that. Like if they're good at cooking, if they're kind, little quirks about them, and stuff like if what they do are planned out intentionally, and like if they think things through or they're like kind of spontaneous, stuff like that. Then like their core values like integrity, repaying debts, friendship, shit like that. And then I go skills like cooking and stuff like that, hunting, tracking, just anything that considers to skill. And then like the most important part is his relationships with the individual characters inside the book. Relationships I always put last because you never know when you want to add a character in, or a character that didn't have such a big role gets a bigger role so they start interacting with other characters more, so they actually end up building a relationship so you can add them on later on and stuff like that. This character sheet, very important to me. I think everybody should have one of these. It helps with one, fleshing out your character, and two, making sure there's no contradiction in your characters. Because what I'm gonna do right now is the editing process of going through each specific character. So right now, I'm doing the edit for Darian, the main character of the book, and I just want to make sure that he doesn't contradict the character I wrote down in this like character sheet. Like he doesn't act differently from that because at times it's really easy to make them do something that contradicts who they are as a character. And that's where also the relationships come in because although like say you have a person that's really kind, but they are interacting with somebody that they don't like, the kindness isn't always there. So it's always very important to like make sure like you check the list to fix any contradictions because no matter how nice a person is realistically, they're not going to be nice to people they hate, and just how it is. And that doesn't mean they're not civil, it just means like how they are with people they care about isn't the same way as how they are with this person. And that's where the relationships come in. And like it's also important because there's also tidbits of like there's certain things only they know about the character that other people don't know. So how they interact with them compared to how other people interact with them is also very important. And this list is just checking things off, making sure everything's right. And I think everybody should have one of these because it helps out so much. So talked about the cover, talked about the title, the Dragon New thing, and where I am right now with the editing process. And speaking about editing process, I've been getting feedback, but I have to keep editing. That way, I'm not just kind of like in the grade not doing anything. So right now, I'm waiting for feedback. I've been getting feedback consistently, but I'm waiting for like the final feedback. One of my friends was one of my readers. She's probably been the most consistent reader for this book since the very beginning. She's probably read every single draft, and other than like the first two, because the first two I didn't let anybody read. It was complete garbage. And it just wasn't finished quick, obviously, because it's the first two drafts, and like I felt like I've added I know I added like 7 chapters, and like the book length is like twice as long than like the first draft. So it's really come a long way, you know what I mean? But the feedback I've been getting from this draft that is feedback I wanted to hear. It was like the perfect feedback that I'm doing everything the way I want to do it. Like I wanted the characters to be fleshed out more and for people to get to know them more, and that's exactly what she's telling me. That the characters, you kind of get who they are a little bit more, and you get to know a lot of their backstories a lot more, and that's something I really wanted. And she's also telling me, because I wanted to add little tidbits that would pay dividends like later on in the book, and because she's read every draft, she knows what happens later on in the book. So her reading it and seeing them and telling me, yeah, I picked this up, it's really gonna help out with something that happens later. It has been really, really been putting me in a good mood. You know what I mean? Because it means that it is going that last edit went the exact way I wanted it to go, and that's really good because like I'm getting closer and closer to like that final draft. But this is just like a quick little update, just to let you all know where I am with all this stuff and all that. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, and also follow my TikTok.